Good morning, hockey fans of the web. It is Sunday, April 15th, 2018. We are here at the VII Arena, just north of beautiful downtown Calgary, and we are getting fired up for the Western Recreational Adult Hockey League Division VII Championship game. My name is Paul, and with me always is Desmond. Mr. Desmond, how are you?
I'm doing excellent, and is there any other place you'd rather be on this April 15, taking of the best Royal Hockey has to offer?
I'm pretty fired up for the Division VII Championship game, Desmond. To our right, we've got Dave doing the camera work today. And we've got a big game coming up between Balz Action, and they are wearing vintage Los Angeles Kings purple, and Scratch and Sniff, who are wearing vintage, I guess current and vintage Vancouver Canuck white colors with green and blue trim. That's the horn to end the warm-up here, folks, and we're going to get going here momentarily. For a big day of hockey here, we've got 7 games. That's 21 periods of hockey to watch in the next 12 hours.
And as always, broadcasting live from the VII Arena, home of the Trojans. Teams getting warmed up just a few minutes before face-off action. Some players to watch on Balz Action are Div 17, Brad Kroger, Eric Jensen, scoring high in points this season, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with today.
So far in playoffs, Balz Action has gone 3-0 to advance to the championship game, and Scratch and Sniff went 4-1 in the double knockout format. Teams had to lose twice for their seasons to end, unless the championship game is their first loss. Okay, so referee, looks like Warren there at center ice, drops the puck to start play, and the puck goes back into the Balz Action zone. They break out. Coming in through the blue line, number 4, he dumps it in behind the goal. Number 19 comes to the high slot, takes the shot, goes to the side of the net. And now the puck circles around. Back out in front now, number 19 on Scratch and Sniff. He starts to break out. They manage to clear the puck back to the Balz Action zone. Right in front of our broadcast area now, the puck ends up deep in the Balz Action area, and they start the breakout coming up the left-hand side. That's one of the team captains there. Number 2, he heads off to change. The puck is in behind the Scratch and Sniff zone now. They've got it, looking for the breakout. They clear it down, possible icing, but no, that puck is going to be on goal. Number 27 on Balz Action now. He starts the breakout, misses his pass. Intercepted by Scratch and Sniff. They go towards the middle of the ice. Can't make anything happen. Puck back to the Scratch and Sniff zone. They look for the breakout. Coming up the right wing, here comes Scratch and Sniff, number 77. He's swatted away by the defenders. Now the puck circles around the Balz Action zone. And they missed another breakout pass. Number 22 clears the puck up the right wing boards. Here comes Balz Action now. Number 16, high slot, takes the shot. It's deflected wide. And Scratch and Sniff sends the puck down the length of the ice. That won't be icing either. 2 for 2 on hitting the goalie. We've played 2 straight minutes of this game without a whistle. And if we can keep that pace going, Desmond, we're in for a great day of hockey.
That's right, no breakage in play. It seems that both teams are evenly matched in the first opening minutes of the game, and it looks like we're in for a good game. Both teams playing cautious but tight at the same time.
All right. Here's Scratch and Sniff, number 15. He dishes the puck to number 32. Cuts out front. Nice save by the Balz Action goalie there. And we have our first whistle of the play. Number 15 on scratch and sniff, cut towards the net, got a good shot off. And the Balz action goalie was equal to the task.
Some strong offensive player on scratch and sniff, including number 13, Dan Clavel. He's got 8 points in 5 games this playoff season, along with Steve Kordick and Matt Oblat, each with 6 points.
That's the playoff stats so far in the month of April here as we progress through playoffs. And scratch and sniff now on the attack. Slap shot towards the goal, just wide. Scratch and sniff still has it. Centering pass, can't make its mark. Balz action's looking for the breakout. They get the puck out, but don't have possession. Scratch and sniff looks to regroup. And now we have Balz action number 2. Shot on goal. Looked like it got a piece of the goalie mask. And in the Royal Hockey League, that is an automatic whistle, Desmond.
That's right. So scratch and sniff taking a look at their goaltenders' regular season. Grant Gowland playing 27 games, 11 wins, 13 losses. Goals against average of 4.63%. Pretty good for the Royal. Div 7 league.
All right. Scratch and sniff now. They got possession of their own zone, looking for the breakout. Here comes number 19. We have a 2-on-1. He passes to the center. Wrist shot, scores! Number 32 put that one top shelf on a pass on the 2-on-1. Made no mistake about it. Burying the first goal of our championship Sunday here, putting scratch and sniff up 1-0.
That was 33.
19 made the goal. On scratch and sniff, that looks like Matt Hoblack.
He's had a very strong regular season, 13 assists, 3 goals for a total of 16 points.
He looked like a sniper there, burying that shot into the top shelf. And play continues here. 11 minutes remaining in the first period. Here comes Balz action, breaking out of their zone. Their number 19 takes a shot. It gets deflected wide. Comes around the net. Number 8 puts it in behind the net. And scratch and sniff clears it out. Balz action now retreats to their own zone. Number 2, he fires the puck up through center and missed the pass. And scratch and sniff now, they've got it, looking to transition into the attacking zone. Number 19, he started the last play. He cuts wide, looks for a centering pass, ends up circling in behind the goal. Here's 19, he's got it in behind the net, centers it, missed the mark, back to the point. And Balz action now, coming up the left wing. Stick handle, a little bit of dangle in there. Icing is waved off. We use the blue lines for icing here in Roll. Fewer icings keeps the gameplay going a little bit better and faster.
That is Matt Hoblack, number 19, looking for another opportunity to put another point on the board with his line mate Andy O'Brien, and there seem to be a pretty good team together. They both have 16 points each on the regular season. See if they can take an additional lead here in the first period.
And we're going to have our first icing face-off of the day with 9:54 remaining in the first period. Here's number 27 now on Balz action. He fires a slap shot from the point, misses the mark. Scratch and sniff now, break it out, 3-on-2 with a trailer. Here's 37, tees one up, that's blocked off the shin pads of number 27. He'll get credit for a block shot, just like Edmonton Oiler Chris Russell, who usually leads the NHL in block shots. Sometimes, Desmond, that's not the stat you want to lead the league in, because it usually means that you're in your own zone for a lot of time.
That's right, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
The only broken bone in my life came from blocking a shot. Several years ago, I broke my pinky toe. Would you believe that?
Better the pinky than the big one. How long were you out of commission? How did it affect your life, Paul?
I missed about 2 weeks of hockey, so it wasn't too bad. All right, here's Balz action now. They're into the attacking zone. Trying to set something up. 16, they're going to be offside here, giving scratch and sniff a couple moments to regroup. We're going to see a slap shot from their own zone. That hits the target. Nice save there by the Balz action goalie. And slap shot there by number 32 on scratch and sniff. Number 32 on scratch and sniff seems to be all over the ice today. Here comes Balz action now into the high slot, looking to make something happen. They got to get back into the game here. They are down 1-0. And here comes scratch and sniff, number 3, up through the middle of the ice. He tries to cut in. He dumps it in now, and Balz action's going to have the puck deep in their own zone. They're looking for the breakout pass. Pass is missed. And it goes right through here. Number 15 on scratch and sniff. He's chasing the puck behind the net. Balz action looks for the centering pass. In the world of contact hockey, we're going to see our first penalty of the Royal Championship games. I was going to say there, in the world of contact hockey, those passes are dangerous. But in non-contact hockey, you're not supposed to throw the body. But our first penalty of the Royal Championship Sunday is going against number 7 on scratch and sniff. 2 minutes for interference, Desmond.
And this could be the break that Balz action is looking for. Just a note in between the pipes for scratch and sniff, it appears we have Adam Q, number 35, and he had an amazing season with a goals against average of 3.28, 17 wins, 6 losses. He's a huge asset for the team, and this is the game that counts, and he's doing a great job so far.
All right, Balz action to the power play now. That penalty looked like went to number 7, Andy O'Brien, 2 minutes for interference. And Andy O'Brien can spend a little bit of time in the penalty box thinking about what he's done. Here's Balz action now. 17 takes the shot from the point. That was steered away by the scratch and sniff goalie. And looks like we're going to have our next penalty, our second penalty of the game. It's going to be a hooking call in the corner there. And it looks like this one's going against Balz action, which will put us at 4-on-4, which means there's lots of ice for the more talented skaters out there.
And we'll see. You can tell the crowd is getting jazzed up here. We got some big scratch and sniff fans in the house. You can feel the tension coming down. And we'll see what happens here on this 4-on-4.
So the scratch and sniff goal earlier, Desmond, was scored by number 33. Looks like Dean Bannister, with assist to number 19, Matt Hoblack, putting them up 1-0. That most recent penalty on Balz action was to number 7, Jeff Huber. Jeff Huber takes the hooking penalty here. And the scratch and sniff goalie has made a save in this case. Looks like the goalie is Grant Gowland.
That's right.
He has a shutout already in playoffs, Desmond. The shutout might be the most uncommon stat in men's hockey.
It's tough to pull one off in this league. How many shutout games would you see in a season, Paul?
Well, for those that know me, know that I referee about 250 men's hockey games a year in Calgary, give or take a little bit. And I would guess that out of those 250 games, there's maybe 5 or 6 shutouts. You don't see a lot of the goose eggs.
So with 250 games, you are used to taking critical feedback as any ref would, perhaps getting yelled at.
It does happen from time to time.
That's why you're married for so many years, because you can handle getting yelled at 1 or 2 times in your life.
Yeah, I got to tell you, my wife is she's pretty good to me. She doesn't yell at me too often.
Even though you deserve it, because your friends yell at you.
But she is out on Vancouver Island this weekend, if she's listening. Hi, honey, I love you. And we have an icing on the play there. It's still 4-on-4 with 6 minutes and 1 second remaining.
And speaking of wives, you can tell we've got a number of them in the stands, as they were cheering quite loudly when Scratch and Sniff took the opening lead. We've got 6 minutes remaining. Still anyone's game at this point. This final game at State Arena.
Scratch and Sniff in 15 seconds is going to have a brief 19-second power play. They've got the offensive draw here. 77 gets the puck back on the point. It's blocked by number 5. on Balz action. Sometimes when you get those nice close blocks, it can result in a breakaway, but he couldn't quite get the puck. Scratch and sniff, 77 back into the zone. His shot gets deflected. 37's got it in behind the goal. He centers. And here we have number 13 on scratch and sniff. Putting the puck in. This one's going to be offsides. We're going to have a whistle there. And scratch and sniff, their brief power play is going to come to an end here in 1 second, and we'll be back to a full complement of 5-on-5 hockey.
Again, just taking some of the looks. Look at the stats for scratch and sniff. Some of their strongest offensive players are number 77, Dave Morris, who in 22 games racked up 39 points.
According to YouTube right now, there are 6 people watching this at home right now. We appreciate you 6 people tuned in live, watching the Raw Championship games.
And stay tuned, because there's going to be some opportunity for prizes in just a little bit for the fans at home.
All right, here's number 37. He's in behind the goal. Number 37 on scratch and sniff. He cuts out, dishes to the left wing. Stick handle back to the middle. 37 checked by number 4 on Balz action. Back to the point. One-timer for number 7. I think it was in. It is in. That was a rare one-timer in men's hockey, and he got all of it. The goalie's saying crossbar. From my vantage point, it looked like a goal. And the referee agrees with me, and he was a lot closer on the play. Nice shot by number 7 on scratch and sniff.
So number 7 is Andy O'Brien. Again, regular season, 21 games played, 16 points. And seems to be paired up well with Matt Hoblack. They've been putting the pressure on this game, and it's their line that's got 2 points on the board against Balz action. Thus begins the uphill battle for Balz action as we get into the remaining minutes of period 1 Raw hockey.
That's 2-0 here at the State Arena. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Number 4 on Balz action has the puck in the corner. He's checked. Scratch and sniff gains it. They can't get it out. Here's a slap shot from the point. Number 2 gets deflected into the corner. And here is scratch and sniff now up the left wing boards. Intercepted in the neutral zone. Balz action gets control again. They're going to hit in down the right wing. Wrist shot from far out. Scratch and sniff now. Number 3, he's wearing one of the classic scratch and sniff jerseys. He can't get it out. Balz action gets a chance in the high slot. And that puck is swatted and thwarted and going out of play.
3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining. Scratch and sniff up 2 points.
And I got a text here from our timekeeper, West. West being the master roll timekeeper. That scratch and sniff goal was scored by number 7, Andy O'Brien, with assists to number 77, Dave Morris. And it looks like...
Again, Dave Morris is the offensive powerhouse during their regular season, racking up 39 points.
3 minutes and 30 seconds now remain in the first period. And here we got Balz action now. They're into the attacking zone. Number 21 tries to get loose. He's on the boards. 16 now dishes back to 27. Takes a shot from the point. Slap shot handled easily by the goalie. He saw it all the way. No tip, no traffic.
Well, we've got a good game so far, and it could go either way. Uphill battle for Balz action as we're getting near the conclusion of this first period.
Now, one of the most impressive things I'm seeing right now out there is the Balz action has a coach. And not only is he, looks like he's the coach, he is wearing full suit. He is all dolled up on the bench. No word on who that coach is. But that's pretty impressive. And we have some Balz action fans in the corner of the arena wearing Balz action jerseys, coming to watch their dads play on the Sunday morning for Division 7 glory.
Well, it made big news when Balz action went under new ownership this year, and so maybe that's one of the changes they made is by adding a new coach. Coaches come and go in this league, don't they, Paul?
Coaches have been known to get fired. They get hired to get fired in hockey. Sometimes they get blamed for team sport performances. They are the easy fall men. It'll be interesting to see if the Calgary Flames do get rid of their coach, Desmond. What do you think will happen here in the coming days or weeks?
I don't know. One thing I do know is that the league director of Raw is better loved than Gary Bettman in the NHL, and that's a safe bet.
Yeah, every year when Bettman hands out the Stanley Cup to a course of booze, Bettman's job is to grow the game and make more money for the owners, and no question he has done that. Back to our hockey game. We got 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first period. Both teams changing on the offside there. We got a 2-0 lead for Scratch and Sniff.
What is your take on the new Las Vegas team and their success?
Balz action now comes in the right wing and rips a shot on goal. That's handled by the goalie. The Las Vegas success, Desmond, is absolutely unbelievable. 2-0 in the playoffs, won the division in the regular season. I think they drafted speed, and it has worked for them, and some solid goaltending from Marc-Andre Fleury. Here's Balz action, number 7. Gets the puck on goal. Puck goes back towards the Balz action point. They're down 2 goals. They're trying to get back in. They cycle, center the puck. Doesn't make it through. That puck's going to go all the way back to the Balz action zone now to the goalie. Almost coughs it up, but the Scratch and Sniff player couldn't pick it up. Balz action now. They're going to hit into the left wing board. Barely onside. Centering it to number 5. He puts the puck on goal, and it's gobbled up by the Scratch and Sniff goalie, Grant Gowland, for a face-off.
And that was Brad Wakefield of Balz action with a failed opportunity there to get a point. Again, a strong regular season in only 21 games. He's put up 30 points with a nice balance of 14 goals, 16 assists.
All right, puck is dropped late in the first period now. Balz action keeps it in the zone. They center the puck and put it out front. Here's number 29 for Scratch and Sniff. He clears the puck. It's going to go all the way back into the Balz action zone. Icing is waved off. Balz action, number 2. He picks it up. Dipsy Doodles goes back through the middle of his own zone. And they're going to hit in the zone now. Here's Balz action, number 4 on the left wing boards. He centers it. No one there. Scratch and Sniff now up through the middle. Little flip pass. And number 3 now, he makes sure it gets deep into the Balz action zone. There's 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Our first of 21 today on Raw Championship Sunday. Scratch and Sniff now, they've got the puck back in their own zone. Starting the breakout. Balz action, number 4. His pass is intercepted. 19 now, he's going to try and cut towards the middle and make something happen here late. And nice save there by the Balz action goalie on a little deflection shot in the middle. Here's Balz action, number 15 on the right wing boards. That shot is handled easily. Scratch and Sniff now, dying seconds of the first period. They get the puck deep into the Balz action zone, putting a little bit of heat on them, looking for the centering pass. That play is broken up by Balz action. And Balz action, number 22. That's the horn, folks, and we're done the first period here.
And a good matchup here between Scratch and Sniff and Balz action. Scratch and Sniff does have an offensive powerhouse players, and they've shown up and they've done their job. And we look forward to an awesome second period.
All right, folks, I'd like to take the opportunity to encourage anybody viewing at home to follow our Twitter page, which is available on rahl.com, which is WRAHL.com. The Twitter handle is rahl, WRAHL_playoffs. Shortly, we're going to be posting our first trivia question. And the first person on Twitter to answer with the correct answer will win a Tim Hortons gift card. And they have to be at the arena today to pick up the gift card. And we're off for the second period here in the Division 7 championship game. Scratch and Sniff is up 2 goals on Balz Action. Balz Action has only been able to generate a handful of shots, mostly from the outside. Here's Balz Action now, number 16. He's got the puck deep in the Scratch and Sniff zone. Circles it around and tries to go back to the point. They're working a little bit of a cycle there on the attacking boards. Scratch and Sniff now, they get the breakout. Broken up by Balz Action. Here's Balz Action, number 16, down the boards again. Number 7 on Scratch and Sniff manages to hack and whack that puck and get it out, and I think it hit the netting.
Now, this little segment brought to you by Tums for when you have an upset tummy. Now, Paul, only one team has won the Stanley Cup 3 times since 2000. Which team would that be? We got the Red Wings, Penguins, Kings, and Blackhawks.
I didn't even need the multiple choice. Well, I think I might have to argue with you here, Desmond, because the Blackhawks and Penguins have both won 3 Stanley Cups since the year 2000. It might be a bit of an old trivia question.
Well, that was actually a trick question, and I'm glad you passed it. Because that is 100% correct.
Penguins most recently winning back-to-back. They're trying to make it 3 Stanley Cups in a row. We've got 13:59 remaining here in the first period. Second period. Scratch and Sniff up 2 goals. They've got possession. Trying to gain the Balz Action zone. They dump it in. Playing a little bit of the dump and chase style of hockey. Puck now goes back in behind the Scratch and Sniff zone. They've got control. Looking for the breakout. Balz Action putting a little bit of heat on Scratch and Sniff. Trying to get a turnover. That puck goes up through the middle, possible icing, and it is icing.
Well, since we're in playoffs hysteria here, another interesting question is, can you name any of the NHL teams, and there are a number of them, that have come back from a 3-0 deficit in the Stanley Cup playoffs?
Well, most recently, Desmond, I believe the Los Angeles Kings did that to the San Jose Sharks 3 or 4 years ago. I want to say there was a Boston Bruins team about 5 or 6 years ago that did it, and then there was a Toronto Maple Leafs team in the 70s, and I might be missing one. How did I do there?
You are second to none when it comes to hockey trivia. That's pretty impressive off the top of your head. 2014 is when the LA Kings came back from 3-0 to defeat the San Jose Sharks.
And we have our third goal here on the play, number 32 for Scratch and Sniff, bangs in a rebound. It was a 2-on-1, and this player with the puck, number 3, he took the shot from the outside, and it looked like it hit the far post and bounced around back to the middle. And the number 32, wearing a random jersey, cashes in the rebound to put Scratch and Sniff up 3-0.
And you have some strong offensive players on Scratch and Sniff, and that's number 3, Rob Cummings. He had 15 points in the regular season. And again, just a number of strong offensive players, and they're coming through here in the first 2 periods of play. 3-0 Scratch and Sniff, taking a commanding lead.
Balz Action has to try and get back in the game. They're undefeated in playoffs so far. Haven't lost a game yet this year. Let's take a look. Scratch and Sniff 4-1 in the playoffs to get to the championship game. They've already played 5 games in the double knockout format, so somebody has beat them in playoffs this year. But today they have a commanding 3-0 lead on the strength of fantastic goaltending from Grant Gowland. This one's going to go all the way back for icing with 12:17 remaining in the second period.
And Paul, for the teams that have come back from a 3-0 deficit, your memory served you correctly. It was in 2010, the Flyers came back down 3-0 to defeat the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference semifinals. Toronto Maple Leafs came back down 3-0 to defeat the Detroit Red Wings in the Stanley Cup Finals 1942.
And the Balz action goalie comes all the way out trying to play the puck. He misses it. No harm, no foul so far. Here's Scratch and Sniff. Oh my goodness! We have Scratch and Sniff's 4th goal of the game. The shot was taken in the slot by...
That would be number 19, Matt Hobluck.
19 buried the rebound there.
And he's been a strong presence this game. Steve Kordick, 17, was able to get a pass across in the slot there. Again, Scratch and Sniff coming out strong with many shots here in the first part of this second period.
All right, now here's number 7 for Scratch and Sniff. They've broken out a 4-0 lead. Number 37 now, he gets back. Pushes the puck in. Number 13 on Scratch and Sniff. Comes in the left wing. Shot from number 77. Goes wide. And Scratch and Sniff has been all over Balz action here, opening up a 4-0 lead. Balz action, number 8. Cuts towards the middle. He takes the shot. That puck is held in by 22. Dipsy Doodle goes around. Fires a shot. And unfortunately, it didn't hit the target. That would have been a nice goal.
And that was Mike Day for Balz action. Clearly the point leader, and he's hungry to get a point on the board for his team. Strong regular season with 26 goals and 27 assists. He needs to rally the troops and get his team back in this game.
Scratch and Sniff now having a little trouble getting the puck out of the zone. Balz action, pouring a little bit of heat on as they try to get on the board. We're going to have an icing call here, which will allow me to get caught up in a couple of goals. And Scratch and Sniff has scored 2 goals in the last minute or two. The 3rd goal of the game was scored by number 32. Unfortunately, their live roster does not include a number 32, so I can't tell you who that is. Number 15, Tim Parkinson picked up an assist on that. And the most recent Scratch and Sniff goal was scored by number 19, Matt Hoblack. Assist goes to number 17, Steve Kordick. No relation to John Kordick. And I know that because Kordick is spelled differently. All right, here's number 32, that guy with the random jersey. We don't know who he is, but he's causing all kinds of havoc out there. He just took a slap shot. It missed the goal. Number 7 on Balz action starts the breakout. Puck is swatted away from him. And it looks like it's going to be offside. The referees will call an intentional offside to bring the face-off all the way back down to the Scratch and Sniff zone.
All right. We're in the second period. 3-0 Scratch and Sniff. Scratch and Sniff goalie covers it up for a face-off to the goalie's left.
All right, Desmond, for our thousands of viewers watching at home right now, we would like to encourage people to follow the live Twitter account for Rahl Playoffs, which is on Twitter at Rahl, WRAHL_playoffs, as the Twitter handle. Number 19 on Scratch and Sniff, he dips in. Nice save there by the Balz action goalie with a delayed penalty for interference against Balz action. And the player receiving the penalty doesn't necessarily agree with the referee on the play, but that's too bad. The referee does get the final call on these plays.
Yeah, that was number 19, Matt Hobluck, with another opportunity in front of the net. And he's had a strong game. He's been on fire, and Balz action has to watch out for him and for Andy O'Brien and Dave Morris, as they have been extremely aggressive this game in putting up points and opportunities for the team.
So Scratch and Sniff now going to the power play as our cameraman Dave flashes through the scoreboard, and we believe the score is 4-0. And the puck now, it's put in deep. Scratch and Sniff on the power play trying to make it 5-0 here. Slap shot from the point. Nice save there by the Balz action goalie. And Scratch and Sniff now goes back to the point. They're all over the one-timer shots today. They've had success. They have a goal on a one-timer. This puck now heads back in deep, and goalie Grant Galland, he's going to clear it out. He's been on the money so far as we reach the halfway point of the game here in a minute. Yeah, we got a bit of a hook there. Do we have a call on the play? We do. So we're going to go back to 4-on-4 hockey here momentarily as Scratch and Sniff picks that up. We're going to see a minute 11 of 4-on-4 after the hooking penalty is assessed.
That was Mike Day with an opportunity to get his team on the board. He's the #1 scorer for Balz action. Wasn't able to capitalize on that.
So the most recent Balz action penalty went to number 17. And the penalty that just happened for Scratch and Sniff went to number 33, Dean Bannister. He took the hooking penalty. Here's Scratch and Sniff now, 4-on-4. They're up the right wing boards. And they've got the puck. Slap shot there from the outside, blocked by number 22. Picking up another block shot. They've had several of them today. Anytime you can make a save for your goalie, the goalie appreciates you. Here's number 7 now for Scratch and Sniff. They circle. Nobody home on that point. Going to allow Balz action to move up the play with the puck. Here's number 8 taking a wrist shot. And here we go. Number 77 for Scratch and Sniff. He moves the puck out. Number 37 for Scratch and Sniff to the middle. And that play is broken up by the defender there. Scratch and Sniff now cycle the puck in. Here's 37 on the right wing boards. He goes back to the point. Another one of those one-timers, but this time it's a dump in. You hear the goalie smacking a stick on the ice, letting his guys know that the Balz action penalty has expired, putting Balz action on the power play for 45 seconds here. They take the puck up towards the middle. Play is broken up by Scratch and Sniff. I gotta tell you, of all the hockey we see, we have one team named Balz action today and one team named Scratch and Sniff. Yep. Those are some pretty funky hockey team names.
That's right, and Balz action has had trouble finding sponsorship, and I think it is due to their names. Companies are a little afraid to put Balz action on their storefront window. Paul, you know that the 100-point marker in the NHL is a big milestone and one that players strive to get through. Do you know who was the first player in NHL history to score 100 points in a single season when he scored 126 total points?
100 points in a season, eh?
This is going back to the 60s, Paul.
My guess is going to be either Stan Mikita or Bobby Hull. How did I do?
68-69, it was Phil Esposito. Said became the first player to score 100 points in 74 games. Listen, before that, there was as many teams, and they didn't play as many games.
Phil Esposito, yeah, one of those good Italian-Canadian boys. Of course, Phil Esposito in the 1972 Summit Series had the famous speech that rallied the troops. And back to our game action now. 4-0, Scratch and Sniff continues to lead Balz action. We've crossed the halfway point of the game. And we are back to 5-on-5 even strength here. Here's Balz action. They clear the puck up towards the middle now. Skating with the puck is one of the team's assistant captains. He gives it to number 19, who gives the guy a how's she going wrist shot, thwarted away by the goalie. Balz action now. They take the puck up towards the middle. Shot blocked by number 11 on Scratch and Sniff. Now Scratch and Sniff gains control. They're going to hit the breakout there. Number 17, nice defensive play with a little bit of attitude, a little bit of push. This isn't volleyball, folks. We're not divided by a net. Sometimes the players will collide.
That's right.
Here's the puck now to the corner. There's going to be a penalty there on the play. Looks like referee Dan making a call here. A little bit of the old trip, kind of slew foot. He's calling it interference.
Now, at what point in the game, Paul, in your vast experience of refereeing literally thousands of games, what is the score differential that you find where the physical element can start picking up along with frustration because of a big lead?
Well, when there's score differential, sometimes things go two ways. Obviously, hockey is an emotional game. So yeah, when you see a game decided early on or a big spread, it can lead to a few emotions. But sometimes it just makes guys take it a little less seriously and just go for a skate and have fun as well. But we have seen a few penalties today. Balz action on the power play now. They're trying to make things happen. Here's number 22. He cuts towards the middle. Wrist shot right on target. Nice save there by the goalie, Gowan, trying to keep his goose egg going today. That penalty on Scratch and Sniff went against number 17, Steve Kordick.
Gowan doing a great job in between the pipes. As you know, many different elements that can turn a game around, whether it's power play, shorthanded, penalty shot. Question is, which player was the first in the NHL to score in one game, the same game, a full-strength goal, power play goal, shorthanded goal, penalty shot, and an open net goal, all in the same game?
The answer to that is number 66, Mario Lemieux.
That is 100% correct. They did so New Year's Eve in 1988 against the New Jersey Devils, and that's kind of a fun stat to have, and one that's not likely to be broken anytime soon.
Speaking of trivia, Desmond, we have our first trivia question of the day just posted on the Raw Twitter feed. That's at Raw_playoffs. Raw being WRAHL. And the first person to tweet in the correct answer can come by the SAIT booth today and pick up a Tim Hortons gift card. And that question is, who was the first Calgary Flames player ever to score 5 goals in a hockey game?
And we're having fun here at the St. Arena. No better place to be on a Sunday morning, taking in some great Raw hockey. And we got a packed house as people are watching Balz action take on Scratch and Sniff. Lots of Balz action jerseys in the stands here, and they're trying to rally their team to get some points on the board so we can even things out before we go into the third period.
I've always wanted a Balz action hockey jersey. I'm not sure where you picked those up. Does Jersey City sell those? You can see the Balz action logo on the Raw website. They have a little varmint playing hockey with his gonads dragging on the ground, making for one of the more interesting logos in all of sports.
Don't know if you can get that at Jersey City, but you can sure get anything online, so we'll see if league director is gonna get some merchandise with that logo on it.
And we have our first response on our Twitter trivia today, but unfortunately it's the wrong answer. Lauren Robinson has chimed into our trivia question, suggesting that it was Tim Hunter that became the first Calgary Flames player to score 5 goals in a hockey game. And unfortunately, I don't know if Tim Hunter scored 5 goals in his entire career. So he is not the answer. We're going to keep looking. I don't mean to be hard on Tim Hunter in a tough and sad week with the Humboldt tragedy in Saskatchewan. Tim Hunter had one of my favorite tweets
And what was that, Paul?
in tribute to the Humboldt Broncos. He had a stick owned by former Calgary Flame Brad McCrimmon, who died in the Locomotive KHL plane crash traveling to hockey about 5 years ago. And he put Brad McCrimmon's stick out his front door for the Humboldt boys. Here's number 9 now on Balz action. He tries to bury one, that's squared away by the goalie, and it goes up into the netting. Balz action potentially looking for a call on the play, as the goalie did put the puck up into the netting, but the referees are calling that it was deflected, so no power play.
Typically, that's an automatic delay of game penalty. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, if the goalie shoots the puck out of play, directly out of play, over glass, it is a 2-minute minor for delay of game. Of course, the players can do it. In the NHL, the players are penalized if they do it in the defensive zone. But in Hockey Canada and Carha rulebooks, players are allowed to do it. Here's number 17 for Scratch and Sniff. He comes in the right wing boards. He's held up by Balz action number 4. Throws the puck across the ice, not the croc. The puck. Number 21. Whoa!
And there we go, folks.
21 puts a wrist shot on the goal. It might have been deflected on that play. And it put Scratch and Sniff up 5-0 here late in the second period. Desmond, have you ever seen a team in rec hockey come back from a 5-goal deficit?
I think it was 1999. Balz action came back from a deficit. Well, that was quite a few years ago, and not many people remember that. The coach clearly disappointed, behind the bench, chewing his gum vigorously, pacing back and forth. Yelling at a player, trying to get them motivated to pick up the pace.
Yeah, when you lose a championship game, potentially of this magnitude, with this kind of a score, the coach has to be worried about his own future employment with Balz action. Here's Balz action now, number 2. He's got the puck in behind the goal. Oh, outlet pass. Balz action, partial breakdown, 21. Held up by the defenseman. He circles around the goal, looks for the centering pass. It gets deflected away. And Balz action, 21 now. He's got the puck. He centers. It gets deflected away. Tries to put it back to the point. Nobody home. Forcing Balz action to retreat to their own zone. And Scratch and Sniff now. They slap the puck down the ice. Icing is waved off as it hits somebody right in front of our broadcast area. Balz action number 2. Circles behind the net. And Scratch and Sniff now, number 3.
And just 25 seconds remaining in the period. Between the pipes for Scratch and Sniffs, continuing to do a great job. Grant Gowland.
Here's Scratch and Sniff, number 3. He takes the shot from the outside.
Again, the players for Scratch and Sniff, Hoblack, O'Brien, Dave Morris, continue to keep up the pressure on Balz action, not relenting at all, taking them up to 5-0 as we're going to be ending this second period, and that's a pretty tough lead to come back from.
5 seconds remaining here in the second period. And we got a 5-goal spread. In the dying moments here, a little bit of a malfunction at the junction there. No call. The second period ends. Scratch and Sniff continues to dominate this game, up 5-0. Quick reminder for the millions watching at home, log into our Twitter at @Raw_playoffs. Our first trivia question is live. All right, we are back for third period action here in the Division 7 championship game up here at the State Arena. And it's been a little bit one-sided today, Desmond. It's a 5-0 lead. Scratch and Sniff has opened up on Balz action.
And there is a lot of strength on Balz action. Some of these players need to bring out their best game here in period 3. Team counting on Mike Day, their point leader, Scott Dundas, Mike Mitchell, all very high point scorers.
And Balz action has joined the fray here with their first goal of the game. A shot came in from the right wing boards. Looks like it might have been deflected or tipped in front, but either way, it's going to count. And Balz action has an early, energizing goal here in the third period.
Well, only 14 seconds in, that's exactly what they need. And if they can keep on chipping away relentlessly, they can make a fight of this in the third period. Lots of fans in the stands. State Arena can hold 650 fans. And we've been shaking up here in the broadcasting booth with the rumblings downstairs, especially from those Scratch and Sniff fans.
And I think, Desmond, I failed to announce the last Scratch and Sniff goal in the second period. That one was scored by number 21.
Don't see his name on the roster.
And assist to number 33, Dean Bannister, and number 17, Steve Kordick. And that most recent Balz action goal, their first of the game, was scored by number 10, Eric Jensen. And assists on that play went to number 5, Brad Wakefield, and number 17, who we don't have on our roster either.
All right, well, Balz action, a much needed goal early on.
We have a player down, potentially winded, potentially injured, right in front of the attacking goal crease there. And obviously we hope him all the best, but he is conscious. He's getting up here, and the players will do a stick tap here. He skates off in his own power, Desmond. The trainer didn't even have to come out onto the ice.
Have you ever been the victim to a suicide pass, Paul, in your hockey playing career?
Well, I was usually a defenseman. I wasn't up on the rush, so pretty rare for me as a stay-at-home defenseman. I was usually the one dishing those passes. And Balz action now is showing a little bit of life in this third period. One way to think about it is to get back in the game, you only need one goal every 3 minutes. Stranger things have happened in beer league hockey. When you play at 10:30 in the morning, is it still called beer league?
Well, it's 12 o'clock somewhere as the country song goes. Beer league can be any time of the day. What is the latest a team would play in the Raw League there, Paul?
10:30 p.m. are the latest ice times during the week. No games after 10:30 in the Raw. But there are other leagues in Calgary that play much later. And then guys do get up and go to the work in the morning, which is kind of a little bit nuts when you think about it.
One of the great things about Raw is that sense of community. Will guys stick around after a 10:30 game to kind of hang out and socialize, Paul?
Of course. One of the reasons you play beer league hockey is to consume beer. All right, now.
Ideally not while playing.
12:55 remaining in the third period. Here's Balz action, number 22 back on the point. He pushes it in. He tries to cut through 3 people. Scratch and Sniff put a little bit of heat on him there, which seemed to work. Here comes Scratch and Sniff, number 32, down the right wing boards. That play is broken up by Balz action. Here comes their number 8, high slot. Picks the bottom left-hand corner, but goalie Gowan was equal to the task, steering that one into the corner.
That was Brad Kruger ready to get one in for his team. 15 goals on the season. He's got a sharp shot.
27 on Balz action, holds the line there, keeping it in. And now the puck goes back towards the corner. Here's number 8, takes the shot. Steered away by goalie Grant Galland. 27 now puts it in. And Balz action has to get a little bit of traffic. They're taking all kinds of shots from the outside, but when you let the goalie see them and you don't deflect those shots, they're pretty easy to save.
And especially someone like Galland, who's been pretty consistent between the pipes today. He's not going to let anything easy slip by. Even someone like Brad Kruger from Balz Action, who's the sniper on the team.
Do you think anybody that plays on Balz Action is from Balzac?
That's a great question. I know Balzac is famous for a few things, but they do have a fantastic meat shop in Balzac.
Is that at the Cross Iron Mills Mall, Desmond, or is that somewhere else?
I think it might be somewhere else.
And now here's Scratch and Sniff, number 9, doing a little dipsy doodle in there, trying to make something happen, get that 5-goal lead back. He can't do it. Puck's in the corner now, digging away. This is where, that's Don Cherry hockey, played tough in the corners, fighting the battles. Usually in men's hockey, where most referees will let you get away with a little bit of physical play, when you were crashing and banging and hacking and whacking in the corners, battling for those loose pucks. We do have a penalty on the play called by referee Dan. It's going to be a too many men call. You're only allowed 6 skaters on the ice, and in that case, Balz Action was trying to break the rules. They put 6 guys on the ice. In the wise words of Wes McCauley, you can't do that.
Well, who would have thought in 1910, when Balzac just started out as a town, they'd have their own team playing in the RAL finals. No matter how the game goes, it's a proud moment for Balzac and their team, Balz Action. 10 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in the third. Scratch and Sniff with a commanding 5-1 lead. And Scratch and Sniff tries to keep it in their own, tries to keep it in the offensive zone. 13 for Scratch and Sniff behind the net, looking for an opening. Passes it over to 77. Number 11 has it at the point for Scratch and Sniff. Takes a shot, deflected. Nice save, Balz Action. And we'll have a face-off to the left of the goaltender in just a moment as there's a change of lines.
All right, just a reminder, folks, we've got Tim Hortons gift cards up here available in the State Arena. For anybody watching at home, if you're dropping by the State Arena today, you can pick up a Timmy's gift card and answer questions on our live Twitter feed. Maybe one of the teams playing later today, keeping an eye on the Twitter. Balz Action now killing the penalty. Big, high, hard wrist shot off the glass, going deep into the Scratch and Sniff zone. Here's number 2. He takes the wrist shot on goal, and Balz Action's going to have a shorthanded goal here, Desmond. A big tip in front of the goal. And I told you got to score a goal every 3 minutes. They seem to be on that plan.
Well, and looks like that's what the coach ordered here, and it's always a morale boosting moment when you're able to pull off a shorthanded goal, and hopefully that can be the edge as they narrow it down.
Balz Action still has 45 seconds of penalty time to kill, but a shorthanded goal is huge. They started the third period down 5 goals, and now all of a sudden, with 9 minutes and 20 seconds left, they are only down 3 goals. Do you believe in miracles, Desmond?
Absolutely. Will we see one here today? Remains to be seen.
The puck now. Balz Action's getting it out of the zone. Number 8, he breaks out. Play is broken up by Scratch and Sniff. Number 5, he passes it in to number 32. The referee, Dan, is right on the line, and he calls that offside. With 9 minutes remaining here in the second period, Scratch and Sniff up 5-2. Balz Action hoping, praying, wishing that they can get a couple more goals here and possibly throw this game into sudden death overtime.
So who was a famous hockey personality that said this quote? If it keeps going like this, the Zamboni driver is going to be the first star.
I do not know, Desmond. Can you enlighten us with that one?
That would be Don Cherry.
Donald S. Cherry. One of the neat things about Don Cherry is He is, I believe, 84 years old now. And he's still fairly sharp. And Balz Action was looking for a too many men penalty on scratch and sniff, having just served one themselves. So they try and get back into this one here. Here comes scratch and sniff, 2-on-1. Number 19 cuts towards the middle. He's held up by the D-man. And the Balz Action goalie, in the full body sprawl position, managed to corral the puck.
Well done. Here's some other quotable quotes from hockey personality Don Cherry. It's always been a part of the game. The fans love fighting. The players don't mind. The coaches like the fights. What's the big deal? And here's another quote, fun quote from Don Cherry. Anybody who says they don't like fighting in the NHL have to be out of their minds. And that has been part of the game. How often does a fight break out in Raw there, Paul?
I think it's pretty rare as players are hit with a first-time offense, 5-game suspension, which when you're playing to play hockey, the fight is a pretty tough thing, because at the end of the day in beer league, Desmond, guys have to get up and go back to work in the morning.
This isn't a career. It's something to keep the exercise going, the social life going. And it's a good time, and that's what we're about here today.
As much as you love to get involved in the rough stuff, sometimes it just doesn't happen. There's the puck, up the boards. Scratch and sift now. They're going to clear it down. This one potentially icing. Nope, the goalie played it. The battle of the 17s there in the corner. Here's Balz Action. They're breaking out of the zone. Number 7's got it. Turns it over. Scratch and sniff has the puck. Number 83, wrist shot. That one gets deflected. Here's Balz Action, number 17. He clears the puck up. Scratch and sniff gets it back. Number 33, their little spitfire of energy on the ice today. He's been all over the place. Wrist shot goes into the zone, high and hard and wide, allowing Balz Action to commence their breakout. They've got possession now. Number 21, wrist shot on goal. Gobbled up by the goalie, keeping the score here, 5-2.
Well, they got to tighten their schedule to get a goal. Just every 2 minutes to tie things up, to bring it to a favorable conclusion for Balz Action. But the odds are on Scratch and Sniff's side. They've been playing a consistent game, a very aggressive offense. Gallon's been amazing between the pipes, and they're continuing to keep up that pressure.
All right, here's number 22, takes a wrist shot, puts it on goal.
Give you one last quote from Don Cherry when he was referring to the Canadian Football League. He said, "The best thing about this game, there's no Russians or Swedes playing." Again, Don Cherry, famous for his comments about players from different countries.
It does seem to me, though, Desmond, that in 2018, Don Cherry seems to get himself in a little bit less trouble than he used to with his comments. Maybe even Donald S. Cherry has come around, is a little bit more accepting.
They say you mellow with age, Paul, and I don't know if that's true of Donald Trump or Joe Biden, recently sparring in the media with comments that would be fitting for a professional wrestling match.
Well, U.S. politics does seem like the WWE to me sometimes.
Joe Biden,
that one is successfully held into the line by Balz Action here. Number 4, wrist shot on goal. Hits the blocker of the goalie and steered away to the corner. Balz Action now. Puck goes back and high up in the air. Balz Action puts it in deep into the scratch and sniff zone. If they want to keep on their 1 goal every 3 minutes, they're now behind. They're going to need a 3-goal comeback all in the final 5 minutes of the Div 7 final.
And Scratch and Sniff not letting up, putting on the pressure. They're not going to be giving up any goals easily.
And a whistle on the play as the clock now, less than 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd period. Scratch and Sniff has not scored a goal in a while, but they managed to get 5 on the board before the third period, so they are holding on to a 5-2 lead. Now here is Scratch and Sniff. They put the puck around the corner. Number 10 on Balz action takes a wrist shot. It's deflected. 22 in the high slot gets his shot through off the goalie and up into the mesh.
Paul, in your history, your extensive hockey knowledge, can you think of any father-son combos in the NHL history?
In NHL history?
Yep.
Oh, there's a few of those. Gordy and Mark Howe. On the Flames, there's Matthew Tkachuk, whose dad, Keith Tkachuk, played for a long time. Dave Gagne and Sam Gagne. Daryl Sutter's son, Brett, did make the NHL a little bit recently.
And then there's the Hall family as well.
That's probably the most famous one. Good call, Bobby Hall, the Golden Jet, and his son, the Golden Brett, who scored over 700 goals in an NHL career. And the Scratch and Sniff, the Balz action goalie gobbles that play up. We got a 5-2 game here as you see the scoreboard at home.
And as you know, Paul, I'm from the Kamloops area, and Kamloops is known to have a strong WHL history, with many players being exported to the NHL, but also a number of coaches have made it to the NHL. Do you know any coaches from the Kamloops Blazers that have made it to the National Hockey League?
Ken Hitchcock and Don Hay. There's two.
That is very impressive. Tom Rennie would be a third.
Tom Rennie. I'm not sure if those coaches were from Kamloops as much as
Passing through.
as they coached. But yeah, who knows? Anyway, we got 3 minutes and 33 seconds remaining. All threes on the board. 5-2. Scratch and Sniff has a lead here in the Div 7 finals. And if you are Balz action here, do you pull your goalie this early in an attempt to do something crazy and get yourself back in this game? They need 3 goals in 3 minutes. Stranger things have happened.
And
They need a little bit of luck here, as one of the Scratch and Sniff players went down hard on that play.
2 ways to earn a Tim Hortons gift card today: answering a trivia question on Twitter, or if you happen to be in the stands and you get hit by a raw puck, we'll fork over a card to you as well. Again, you'll have to show the puck to us and where you got hit if you want that Tim Hortons gift card.
All right, now number 22, he cuts towards the middle into the right wing board, circling around the net. Puck is in behind. There's 32. He rings it around the board to number 15. Broken up by Balz action. They've got the puck in the corner now, putting a little bit of heat on. Number 2's back here. Slap shot. Number 3 breaks that up. Balz action keeps it in. Number 2 takes a wrist shot. That's blocked. Number 9's got it in his office behind the net. Centering pass broken up. Balz action putting a little bit of heat on. Even with a head coach today, they have their goalie still in the net with 2 minutes left. They're not trying for that miracle.
Yep.
And we're going to have a penalty here against Scratch and Sniff.
Roughing taking place in front of the net. Mike Mitchell, who's a high point scorer for Balz action, probably frustrated today with today's performance with his team. At no point being ahead, and the refs are trying to manage that, take care of that.
Looks like we're going to have a couple of sets of roughing penalties on the play, maybe a cross-check. And the players continue to be a little bit animated.
Yep, Balz action fans in the stands today on their feet, trying to rally the team in the last 2 minutes of play.
We do have a rare occurrence in beer league hockey today. We have the games being recorded. So any monkey business out there can live on in infamy for the internet forever and be reviewed for possible suspensions. Looks like Scratch and Sniff is going to be short one guy for 2 minutes there. Probably the original penalty on the play. Then there was a couple of extra calls happening there.
Well, like you said, Paul, it's an emotional game, and emotions are running a little bit high here in this Div 7 final. Face off to the right of Scratch and Sniff goaltender. Balls action goaltender being pulled. Extra player on the ice for Balls action. They win the face off.
Number 2 dishes it to the corner. Back to number 2 on the point.
And Paul, they're taking your advice and crowding the front of the net.
Balls action had a scoring chance right there around. Puck went high and hard. And a little bit of battling in front of the net here in the dying moments of this game.
Doing a good job of maintaining control, creating traffic, trying to get some shots.
And there's Balls action.
Outstanding save by Gowland.
Stack the pads there. We had a nice play. There's going to be a whistle here as we have a player down injured. And it looks like we have a timeout on the play. Timeout being called by Balls action, as they pretty much need a field goal at this point to tie up the game. But you never know. And after all that, the only call being made on that, all those exchanges before, was a penalty to Scratch and Sniff number 7, Andy O'Brien. He received a body checking penalty. The referees let all that other roughing and monkey business go.
And Andy O'Brien, one of the most aggressive, assertive players in today's game, racking up several points.
So we're in the dying moments here. We've got less than 100 seconds of hockey to play in the Division 7 championship game. All the glory on the line here. Scratch and Sniff has a 5-2 lead. They are short one man for almost the rest of the game. Balls action has their goalie out, creating a 2-man advantage on the ice as they try for a miracle. Here's 22 back on the point. Wrist shot, whoa!
And he scores.
Wrist shot from the point found its way in, seeing eye shot. And all of a sudden, hold on to your hats, folks. With 92 seconds left of hockey to play, Balls action is within 2. It's 5-3.
And Balls action did an excellent job having that extra player on the ice, winning face-offs, keeping the pressure on, keeping control, crowding the net, as Paul said.
We've got 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining to play. There's going to be an icing call here. Balls action only down by 2 goals now. We started the third period with the score of 5-0. Balls action has scored all 3 goals in the third period. And if they do go out and lose this hockey game, they might be left wondering for the rest of the day and eternity what happened in the first 2 periods, because they've clearly dominated the third.
And their goalie is pulled once again to give them an extra player.
It's 6-on-5 on the ice now. Puck goes into the corner. Puck is cleared out. And Balls action now. Number 2's got it. He goes in the left wing boards. Play is onside. We're into the final minute of play here. Balls action trying to score 2 quick goals to tie this puppy up. Here's the puck racing back to the Balls action zone. 22 keeps it away from the defender. Remember, the goalie is out.
48
Here's
seconds
Balls
remaining.
action. Broken up there by Scratch and Sniff. Number 2's got to retreat to his own zone. Makes an outlet pass to 22, who puts it in deep. Dump and chase, looking for a miracle here. Balls action needs 2. And that puck is going to get sent down the length of the ice for icing with 29.8 seconds remaining here in the third period.
Balls action changing up the line for what's likely to be the last shift. They're going to keep the goalie out for the extra man advantage. Critical to win the face-off, to see what can happen in the last 30 seconds of this playoff in their season.
Balls action wins the draw. Here's a shot from 17. Makes it through on goal. Stopped by goalie Gowland. Here's a slap shot from 27. It plays a little ricochet there like a pinball, but stays out. And the puck is sent down the ice here for another icing with 18.3 seconds left. Desmond, have you ever seen a team score 2 goals to tie a game in the final 18 seconds?
Given that I can't remember what I did yesterday, that's going to be a tough to recall. It has happened.
Another puck here is cleared down by Scratch and Sniff. This time it won't be icing, which will pretty much do us now. We've got 7 seconds left And ladies and gentlemen, a huge congratulations goes out to Scratch and Sniff. As the final horn sounds, they have won Division 7 of the Western Recreational Adult Hockey League with a 5-3 victory today over Balz Action. Huge congratulations to Scratch and Sniff and Balz Action for their silver medal performance this year. Great first hockey game, great third period from Balz Action to make it a little bit closer.
All right, great game, and we look forward to many other games. If you have a chance, come on down, State Arena, catch some great Raw hockey.